Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for another One Piece Manga chapter review. This is going to be One Piece Manga chapter 1117 titled Mo. So, let's get into it. So, the chapter starts off with the cover story with Yamato. See, he doesn't do anything crazy this chapter, it's just he going to go visit Nekomamushi and I forget the guy's name, but remember the really short guy from Wano? He could during the war he was able to get into that really big form of his. He used to be in Wano, way back in the day before Kaido even took over, but he was there for those 20 years and stuff. Not Higoro. I forgot his name. It's been so long, but he's there too, and that's really it. That's all that's happening. He's just visiting them. Anyway, in the actual chapter, we cut around the world, even some more, and everybody reacting to what Vegapunk said last chapter that the ancient kingdom and stuff are like 200 plus meters below. The water level was raised up and sunk all the ancient people from way back in the day. And if it raises to about 200 more meters, even the world today, they're going to get sunk below. And we go to the pirate island and they're really surprised that there's so much treasure down there. This is kind of crazy. We cut over to some mermaids. Now, the mermaids aren't talking. I think it's just the pirate island people talking. Because then the text bubbles around the mermaids, the text bubbles are like, that's gonna cost so much money to even go down there with like your bubbles and stuff around your ship. So I'm like, that's gonna be ridiculous. Even if you do go down there, there's sea monsters, and there's like one bubble that's like, hey, how about we just become friends with a mermaid? So, and then we cut over to Cricket, and Cricket has a huge old beard now. He's looking cool, and those two monkeys, I forgot those guys' names too. It's been so long, but the two monkeys are kind of surprised with what Vegapunk said, because obviously he was like, that's even like 200 meters. That's even further down than Nolan did way back in the day. And then Cricket's like, hey, you want to go diving again? You have to hear this information. And they're like, heck yeah, come on, man, let's go. We cut over to the G. Well, I think it's supposed to be G5, right? Well, no, it doesn't say G5. It says GS, General Hospital. We cut over to the GS General Hospital, and Kobe's there. His whole group is there, like getting like packed up because they got, well, specifically Kobe, he got pretty banged up. Everybody else, they didn't get too banged up, but they got a few scratches on them. But so they're going to the hospital, and they were reacting to the information too. Kobe's like really surprised at what's going on. He can't really keep up with what Vegapunk is saying. And he asks Prince, "Is this going to end badly for us?" He goes, "Probably." I don't really know the extent of how bad it's going to be for the Marines and the sword and everything, but I guess we'll just have to keep listening and see what else he says. Habari, I know there's that girl with the sniper that's supposed to. Well, like a theory, that's Akihito's like daughter or cousin or whatever. Then there's the girl with the whip. That's Suru's granddaughter. Suru's granddaughter. She says that Drake is recovering well, but he said he wants to be left alone in the back room. And then we also get a panel of Drake. He doesn't say anything. He's just listening to what Vegapunk's saying, and he's all bandaged up. I'm kind of glad he's alive. Some people were saying that he was dead. Cause last time we saw him, I mean, after the war on Kasima, he was really banged up. I mean, really banged up. And then we just never saw him again. We didn't see him get with the Marines. We didn't see him call anybody. Nothing. So, I mean, I didn't want him to be dead. But after everybody was saying, like, all this stuff put together, like, he might be dead. I don't know. But he's fine and well. He's just in a... I don't know why he wants to be left alone, but he's doing okay. He is in a room by himself. But then after that... we cut over to Smoker. I was gonna kind of do a reaction. I was like, at first I was like, who is that? They were like, oh, it's Smoker. Like I yelled that out loud. We cut over to Smoker in this huge motorcycle, and he's on the phone with Tashigi. Tashigi's like, hey, where are you? And he goes, I'm going to the G. Well, no, I think he actually says he's already there, right? Yes, he says, where are you? Yeah, he's already there. He says, I'm at the GS General Hospital. So he's there with Kobe and everybody. What he's been doing this whole time, I guess we'll find out in the next few chapters. But right now, Smoker's coming back, and he's got a huge motorcycle, and he looks about the same. He doesn't look really any different. I mean, his outfit, black pants. I don't know if it's the paneling, but I think it's like a little white flame stuff on his pants that look cool. The jacket, sunglasses, obviously the two cigars. His hair kind of looks the same. It kind of looks a little different, but nothing too much to really to go into. It's just Smoker on a big old motorcycle. After that, Vegapunk starts talking again, and he goes, "Now I only have one last thing to say, because if I keep talking after this, it's really just going to be more theoretical kind of stuff. One guy starts to yell that's watching this. He goes, "Hey, come on, tell us where Raga Treasures is." And then we cut back over to Egghead. So we go over to Nami's group, and the laser barrier around the top part of Egghead is starting to dissipate because Stussy had to like get it away so they can use Kudo Burst to get out of there. And Edison made the clouds grow out a bit longer so they can move up a bit further. So when they use Kudo Burst, they can actually land in the ocean and not land on the ground. So, Usopp, he can see, like, oh, yeah, this would be further enough for the Kudo Burst to work. And Nami's, like, reacting to the barrier getting open. And they call Jinbei up because, obviously, the last two they need are on the ship before the Kudo Burst is Jinbei and Zoro. Well, all you guys, Jinbei and Zoro are chasing Nurse Juro. That's his name, right? The Gandhi guy, the skeleton horse with the sword, they're chasing him. And Jinbei's like, oh, we're chasing a really mysterious monster. And we're taking a detour. Oh, no. He just says, it's chasing a mysterious monster. And Nami's like, what? What are you talking about? You need to get to the boat right now. He goes, no, this monster's coming right to you. Look. And then he goes to swing his sword to cut the Sunny in half. And in my mind, I'm like, how the heck did he get here? Last time we saw him, he was over where Sanji was, way below on the ground, tussling with the giants and stuff. And then now he's just up here? How'd he get here? He can't fly. He's a skeleton horse unless he jumped. I mean, he got some height to him, don't he? If he was just able to jump from the ground all the way up. Because he doesn't have wings or anything. He can't fly. Honestly, I don't even know how, what's his name? Well, actually, the spider, he probably climbed something. Because the spider was got up there, too. I was like, how did he climb that? But, he's up there, and he's cocking back his sword. Let's slice the Sunny in half. All the Usopp and Nami turn around, and everybody like, what is that? Jinbei grabs Zoro and does Fistman Karate, the shoulder throw technique, and he throws Zoro over to the Gorosei. And I saw this panel last night, which is so funny. Everybody was going crazy over it. So Zoro flies over to him, and he says specifically, tranquil convalescence in the pure land. Ra Samon. That's a pretty cool name for a new attack. The Gorosei obviously sees him coming, so he moves his sword to the side to block Zoro's attack. And they're kind of tussling back and forth with black lightning going everywhere. And then Zoro says, Kit Sui. And we see that green flame energy come up on his blade, and it knocks the Gorosei back, and he goes flying. I don't know if he goes over the eggs, but it kind of looks like he's starting to, which is pretty crazy. I mean, I wanted this to happen. I really wanted him to fight him. I really want Sanji to fight the bird one too. But it's just the fact. I mean, classic one thing, but the fact he was able to knock him back to where he's like spinning. He's like, yo, he's starting to cock back and fly. That kind of surprised me. Last night, the only panel I saw was just the class, like boom. I didn't see this whole him flipping back. that is pretty crazy. The fact he's flipping all the way back. After that, we cut back to Sanji's group, and they're starting to get on the giant ship. And obviously, they need to wait for Dory, Bragi, and Luffy. And they're calling Luffy, but the communication isn't working with Luffy for some reason. But they're able to hear Luffy. He starts to yell like, "Hey, we're on the way. We're pretty close. Go ahead and get on the boat." And Sanji goes, "Wow, he got a loud voice." He starts to say that. I thought that a little funny. And then all the other giants that surround the boat start to fight off all the Marines and stuff and destroy their boats too, so they can finally get off this island. The Vice Admiral Bluegrass, that little, and it's not a little girl, but she's like really old person and they're short. They're able to take over one of the sea beasts that Vegapunk made and to shoot it at the giants to take like one or two out. And then Doll, she was able to come up and do Rock and Roll Blaster. She doesn't have a gun or anything. She just comes up with her fist, and then we see like a bunch of impact on Kashi. We see an impact here, like a bunch of impacts all over. The fact that it says Blaster, you think it's like a gun, but no, she just has her fist hockeyed up and then does Rock and Roll Blaster. That was pretty cool. It kind of seemed like that took Kashi out a little bit, which is pretty crazy. And then we pan over to Dory and Bragi running over to the giant's boat, and Luffy's on top of Dory's head, and he's in base form. He's not in Gear 5th anymore, and they're getting pretty close. Luffy notices that the the Gorosei isn't chasing him anymore. He's kind of glad, but I wonder where he go. He didn't even notice he left. In the very next panel, we see all the Gorosei minus the bald, skeleton horse, because he's up top. All the Gorosei surrounding the Iron Giant. Because last chapter, York said that the Iron Giant has a communication signal inside of it, so you need to take that out so Vegapunk can stop talking. So, all the Gorosei react to the Iron Giant. They're like, hold up, this is the same thing that attacked, the Marriage George about 200 years ago. This has to be the same thing. And Vegapunk says, I have one more thing to say. I want to read this word for word so I don't mess it up. He says, to those with the D in their name. And then we see, like, around the world, all the people with the D and everybody else, like, either we see them or we just see somebody saying their name. Like, we get one panel of Dragon, and then we get one panel of Sabo saying Ace and Luffy. And then we get a panel of Kobe saying Garp and Luffy. And then we also see Blackbeard looking to the side that he's listening in. And then we see Beppo. He goes Captain. We don't get to see where Law and Beppo and them are. Because last time we don't really know where they're going. But he says Captain. And then we see the Gorosei all hit the Iron Giant and it goes flying. He says, you all have Vegapunk. And then he just cuts out. The Iron Giant falls on like some rubble and communication goes out. Now, I don't think the Iron Giant itself is done for. Maybe it can get back up and fight, because that'd be way too easy. But at least the communication cell inside of it, or snail, is done for. Like after that kind of fall, I guess it would be done for. But maybe the Iron Giant will be keep going, because I doubt it'll be done after that. Obviously, everybody reacting around the world is like, what? What was he gonna say? Like, what? No, what about the D? And then the Gorosei are happy the communication stopped. So is York. And that's the end of the chapter. What he was going to say, I couldn't even tell you. Because it's not like, we don't even get like a sentence. He goes, you all have, and then it goes, because it's cutting out. So it wasn't like he was like, you all have more, like, like we don't get any like word and then cut off. He just cuts off instantly because they hit him. Maybe, I was thinking like Buccaneer blood maybe, but would that be too easy? Like, I don't know. I would. Maybe. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, maybe it might be something new. Who knows? And I really want to know, why did we need a visual transponder now? Vegapunk said get an audio and visual, or one with both. So the fact that he says get a visible one means he wants to show something, right? Because why would you say that then? And I'm guessing he was going to show something with this, but now he can't because, the communication's off. Unless... Yeah, no, because he didn't show anything before, so what's the point? I don't know what's the point of the visual transponders now, because he didn't show anything. So, unless he was going to show something while he was talking about this last thing, who knows? But yeah, that's very interesting. And we keep getting reactions to people that's not on Egghead. I mean, shouldn't that be booming around Egghead right now? Or even the Gorosei here. But we don't get the Star Hacks reaction to hearing it. Like, I wanted one panel, like the Star Hacks like fighting or something. Like let's say Sanji like kicked the Gorosei, like boom. Sanji's like, like it's gonna sink in the world? Like, like something. Like none of the Star Hacks react to any other information. I mean, yeah, they're constantly fighting and they're running away, so they don't have a lot of time to sit down and talk. But just something like, you could talk while you're fighting. Like what is Vegapunk talking about, huh? Like, something. Something. It doesn't say any break next week, so that's good. Whew. So that's the chapter. Pretty good chapter if I say so myself. I really liked it. Oops. I dropped my phone. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think you all out there will be wonderful human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right.